Welcome to BootSpy. My name's William. Today, we got ourselves a boot battle. In this corner, we have the Wolverine 1000 Mile, and in this corner, the Thursday Captain. I'm gonna break these two boots down and compare them according to their style, durability, leather quality, sole quality, comfort level, and price. So at the end of this video, you're gonna have a clear winner, and you're gonna know which of these two boots you should buy. Let's get into it. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button down below. Give me a thumbs up. Both are super helpful for the channel, and I really appreciate it. As I said, we're doing a boot battle. It's the Wolverine 1000 Mile versus the Thursday Captain. For a little background on these two companies, in case you're not aware already, Wolverine, they're a classic American heritage brand, and the 1000 Mile boot is based on a design they had back in 1918. So this company has been around for a long, long time. On the other hand, there's Thursday, and they are a relatively new company. I think off the top of my head, I think they were founded in 2014, so they're still, under 10 years old, so they're quite new, but they basically took the whole boot world by storm by making boots that kind of have that American heritage vibe, but they're slimmer and they're much cheaper. So I'm comparing these two boots side by side. This is kind of the two most popular models. We have the 1000 Mile for Wolverine and the Captain for Thursday. Let's start off by comparing the style. The Wolverine 1000 Mile is a plain toe service boot, and it comes with a leather sole, Vibram heel cap. I got this in the Cordovan number 8 colorway, which is kind of a rich oxblood color, which is also complemented with brass eyelets and speed hooks. It has waxed organic cotton laces and triple stitching with an off-color or contrasting stitch in the middle there along the upper, and it has a 270-degree Goodyear welt. Thursday Captain, on the other hand, is also in the service boot category, but has a cap toe. The cap toe is triple stitched. It has a 360-degree Goodyear welt, and also has pretty similar brass eyelets with 2 speed hooks, rather where the Wolverine 1000 Mile has 3 speed hooks. Now, if you look at the profile of these two boots, the Wolverine 1000 Mile is significantly taller, a little bit wider, and just overall has a more chunky kind of workwear look to it, although it's still quite a stylish boot. Whereas the Thursday Captain, much slimmer, it narrows a lot in the toe box compared to the Wolverine 1000 Mile. So overall, it's a much slimmer boot and kind of fits into, it's like a balance between that American heritage workwear look and more of a dress boot. The Captain is definitely not a dress boot, not in my estimation. Doesn't look like a dress boot. But it's not also like a super rugged boot like the Red Wing Iron Ranger or the Wolverine 1000 Mile. To crown a winner in style, I'm gonna say because the Thursday Captain has the slimmer toe box, it's a little bit more versatile and it works a little bit better in the standard city setting. So the winner is the Thursday Captain. How long are these boots gonna last? Let's compare the durability. So for both of these boots, they feature a Goodyear welt, which is gonna help significantly with water resistance, and they can both easily be resoled. Both leathers should stand up really well to rain and snow because they're both made with a combination chrome vegetable tanned leather that's really richly packed with oils and waxes. I'll get more into the specifics later, but for now, that's all you need to know in terms of durability. The biggest difference comes from Wolverine. Their whole midsole is made from cork and leather. Basically, the whole bottom half is made from really sturdy, long-lasting materials. Whereas on the Thursday Captain, they do have a stacked leather heel here. They have the rubber sole, which is a little more durable than the Wolverine 1000 Mile's leather sole. But the big difference is the EVA midsole on the Thursday Captain. It is long-lasting, and I haven't had any issues with it. But I think between EVA, that high-density foam padding and just a piece of leather, that leather is going to last longer. So for the winner in durability, while both of them are going to be long-lasting boots, the winner in durability is going to go to the Wolverine 1000 Mile. How about the leather quality? The Wolverine 1000 Mile uses Horween Chrome Excel. And again, this is in the Cordovan number 8 colorway. And the Thursday Captain uses the Thursday Chrome leather, which is a proprietary leather. It's made in the Farc tannery in Mexico. And really, the Thursday Chrome leather is kind of Thursday's way of approximating Horween Chrome Excel. So you're getting a lot of the same characteristics. when these boots are brand new, which neither of these are, but when they're brand new, they have a little bit of a shine to them. They crease really well. And overall, this leather is fantastic, holds up super well against rain or if you're stepping in puddles or anything like that, because it's so tightly packed with oils and waxes. Basically, it's just gonna reject all that water, and it's super easy to care for. If you wanna see a video on how to care for Horween Chrome Excel or Thursday Chrome, you hit that video up there. But basically, these should have really long lasting lives. And in terms of nicks and scratches, both of them, they can seem to scratch really easily, but once you hit it with a little Saphir Renovator or Venetian shoe cream, those scratches kind of buff out really easily. So to me, it really comes down to a leather grain and how much it's been sanded down to reduce imperfections. And for me, it's a pretty tight pick, but I'm going with the Wolverine 1000 Mile and that Horween Chrome Excel leather. Right now, Wolverine's got the advantage at 2-1, and let's see if Thursday can make it back when we're talking about the sole. So excuse the dirtiness on both of these. I didn't clean the bottom of the soles, and also the Thursday you'll notice is noticeably more worn than the Wolverine 1000 Mile. These are much older boots. I've had these for many years, and then the Wolverines, not so much. I just got them this year. So there's that difference there. But I'm gonna compare these to when they were new. As you can see, the Wolverine 1000 Mile Standard has a leather sole with a Vibram heel cap. And then the Thursday Captain has a rubber sole, rubber heel, and this is very similar to like a day-night sole. It's not day-night, it's Thursday's own proprietary or like custom sole, but it has the rubber studs like a day-night sole would. As I said, the Thursday Captain in the midsole has that high-density EVA foam, whereas the Wolverine 1000 Mile has a leather and cork midsole, and then both have a leather footbed. I know there's different models of the Wolverine 1000 Mile that have different soles, like a Vibram rubber lug sole, but if we're comparing just like the standards, I'm gonna give this point for best sole quality to the Thursday Captain. We're at a 2-2 tie, and let's talk about comfort. I mentioned this a couple times now at this point, but Wolverine has that just a straight up leather and cork midsole, whereas Thursday Captain has that EVA midsole. I think that EVA midsole loses some points with durability, but it does gain a lot of points in terms of comfort, and the Thursday Captains are just much more comfortable right out of the gate than the Wolverine 1000 Miles. Now, I've been wearing the Wolverine 1000 Miles. You sink into the footbed a little bit as you kind of break in that leather and break in that cork. One other thing to consider is that the Wolverine 1000 Mile, it has a gusseted tongue, whereas the Thursday Captain doesn't. So, some people, they have the tongue of the captain kind of slide off, and it makes for a little bit more of an uncomfortable experience. I don't have that issue with my Thursday Captain, so it doesn't bother me. So I'm gonna give the point for the most comfortable boot is going to the Thursday Captain because of that high density EVA foam midsole. The last item of business, we're gonna compare the price. Now, the Wolverine 1000 Mile, when its full retail is $385 brand new, and the Thursday Captain is $199. When you're comparing full price to full price, $385 to $199, obviously the numbers just tell the story. The Thursday Captain's the winner. Which of these two boots should you get? This is kind of a tough one because there's different considerations for different people. If you want to focus on durability, longevity, you get a slightly better leather with the Horween Chrome Excel in the Wolverine 1000 Mile. However, if you want to just get a great looking pair of boots that has a lot of that rugged style, fits with a wide variety of clothes, and is super comfortable, then the Thursday Captain is a great option as well. Comparing the prices, $385 to $199, that's a pretty huge difference. This is nearly half the price. The Thursday Captain's nearly half the price of the Wolverine 1000 Mile. And for me, whenever I have friends that ask me like what boot should I get, I always point them to the Thursday Captain. It's a great entry-level boot. Actually made my best entry-level boot in 2021. It's in that list up there if you want to check that out. To me, it's really hard to beat the Thursday Captain. Leather quality between these two, I do think the Wolverine 1000 Mile has better leather with the Horween Chrome Excel, but it's a pretty marginal difference and hasn't made a huge impact as I've had these boots for several years. So to me, the best boot between the Wolverine 1000 Mile and the Thursday Captain is the Thursday Captain. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button down below. Also, give me a thumbs up. It's super helpful for the channel, and I really appreciate it. If you're interested in more boot reviews, guides, and comparisons, make sure you head over to the BootSpy channel, check it out, see what we got, and until next time, put your best boot forward.